listening, you have the Hierophant with the Six of Cups, and then you have the Ten of Wands with it's the Six of Cups. Wait, hold on. All right. Your first card that came out in your spread was the Seven of Cups. All right. It was clarified by the Hierophant. All right. Immediately with this Seven of Cups, you're going to have a new perspective. Now with the Hierophant deals with belief systems. All right. It also deals with commitment. It also can suggest marriage as well. I don't want to cut off this reading in just one area, so we're just going to say commitment. Okay. Now you have the Ten of Wands being clarified by the Six of Wands. All right. The Ten of Wands associates with burdens, but as well as hard working. What I love about the Ten of Wands is that it's in the open. It's not something that can be ignored. So you being a hard worker, or whatever it is, work could be burdening you right now. You may feel like you have a lot on your back at this time, and you're not understanding. If people could see your burdens, how come no one is giving you the respect that you need at this time? It could be so simple as someone saying, you know what, don't give up. Tomorrow's going to be a better day. Today may not have went the way that you wanted it to, but tomorrow definitely will be better. So there's this way of having to have this new perspective, listener. Okay? And you have options. And that's what I love about the Seven of Cups, is the simple fact that you have options. And if you take a step back, you will be able to assess the options that you currently have that are in front of you at this time. Okay? So it's not even that choose wisely. It's saying in order for you to be able to make a sound judgment and to make the right choice at this time, you're going to have to take a step back. And taking a step back may advise you to not judge on the outer of these cups, but know what's in these cups before actually making that decision. You have every right to know what's in your cups. Okay? And the fact that you're already enlightened, that's why I do enjoy the Seven of Cups, because one of the cups, the snake can't be still. The snake can't be still. The snake has to reveal itself. You get what I'm saying? So, but this snake is not giving me malicious. It's giving me a more of enlightenment, right? I feel like if you would have never took a step back, the snake would have never presented itself. Okay, so there's definitely someone that has, it feels like great minds are alike, or until you step back, you'll be able to see if someone is on the same page as you are, even though pages didn't come out. It was only 4 cards that came out. Let's go back to this Ten of Wands. With this Ten of Wands, this is also turning your pain into drive, turning your pain into passion. Okay? And again, the Ten of Wands was clarified by the... what was it clarified by? It was clarified by the Six of Wands. Yeah. So the Ten of Wands was clarified by the Six of Wands, which is fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So with this fire energy, it's like taking a step back, you may feel like you're going backwards, but you're not going backwards, because this six of wands could literally be saying you're stepping into the ten of wands, and whatever is burdening you at this time, that cycle has come to an end, because the ten of wands also deals with, you know, an ending of some type of fire energy. So some of you may just say, you know what, you're at the Six of Wands, and you're saying, you taking a step back, you're saying, do I want the unnecessary burdens, or do I really want to put in a commitment and focus on what it is that I need to focus on what it is that you're working on, that you need to build, whether that's building yourself up. I feel like some of you are getting ready to have this fire energy drive, where basically you're more home focused, meaning right now you're focused on taking care of your home. All right. On looking on the outside in, someone could be saying, you know what, I want to come in and I want to assist you. But are you going to be burdensome? Are you going to allow someone to be able to teach you some things that you were not able to comprehend? That itself, for me, it feels like a collective energy, because I know just personally, in my own personal space that I'm going to share with you, listener, is sometimes, and it's natural, the things that are unfamiliar, unless you're open to learning, they're uncomfortable. And it can feel burdensome. And then you have that moment like, oh, okay, now I see. And it's like, wow, maybe I shouldn't have given someone a hard time. Maybe I should have heard someone out. Maybe I should have took someone's directions, right? It's not giving me like someone's falling off of a cliff. Excuse me. It's not giving me those type of vibes. It's just giving me whatever your next steps are when it comes to commitment. Are you willing to make that commitment despite of what people say, despite of who's watching you struggle? For some of you are just struggling with, you know, asking for help, or it's just like someone, this is what I see someone have groceries and they're getting them out of their vehicle, and there's people there's people who see the person with these groceries, right? And they have to walk upstairs to take their groceries in, right? And you're not looking at the people who are watching you, but if you were to make eye contact, someone would have gestured and said, hey, can I help you? But because you were in your own space, your own mental headspace of your own focus, like you gotta get your groceries upstairs, okay? You never opened up that window for someone to assist you. So it's kind of like someone, once you take a step back, you're able to see help that could be assisted in your life if you take out the moment to pay attention to your surroundings, if you take out the moment to address others who want to assist you. I hope that makes sense. That's the images that I was getting that was coming through in your session. Now moving forward, so the overall energy is for you to be able to make the right choice, whatever it is that you're getting ready to make a commitment, whether this is a person or this is just, you know, a new way of going about things. It's like someone is having a New Year's resolution early before the new year even gets here. And so it's like you are getting ready to make a commitment, but you want to make sure, are you really going to be committal to this commitment? And I'm going to highlight, some of you are getting ready to say, I'm ready to settle down. Okay? Some of you are going to settle down through words of exchange. My word is my bond. And some of you may go to the courthouse. Some of you or you're just simply saying, you know what, I have to agree to disagree with my spouse, and we're not going to get a divorce, and we don't care what people see on the outside. For the most part, you guys are hard workers, and when I say workers, I mean you guys are a great team, okay? And that's something that kind of like molds the relationship. Like, what would you do without your spouse, and what would your spouse do without you? Others of you guys basically are like in a common law relationship. It's like you guys live like you're married, but you guys don't have anything binded on paper. What else? I have not yet started the next 72s. They are, I want to say they're in process, because they're not in process, because I haven't even pulled the weekly energy yet. So look out for that. I do not have any set dates yet. I want to have a set date, but you know, just based off of past experiences, listener, every time when I set certain dates, you know, for some reason, either it's overwhelming for me, or there is a sense of other obligations which I have to take care of, and it's just, you know, I don't want to set a date that isn't going to work right now. So right now we don't have any set dates for the next 72s, or just any readings in general, but it will come to a point where we will have set dates, and I look forward to that, right? I feel like I just described my 10 of Wands with the six of Wands, right? And me taking a step back and actually looking, having a broader perspective, and looking at my options, right? And sticking to my belief systems. But I'm a true believer. For me, the old way of doing things is just now catching up for like me fighting for what I felt was right on the way that I should do things. People couldn't see what it is that I was like fighting for, or reflecting off of, basically speaking my piece, right? And, you know, some people couldn't see it. And now that people can see it, now I am now moving out of the old way of being and the old way of thinking. So it's kind of like, before I make my next choices, I need to make sure, are these choices going to be benefit, or are they going to be burdensome? Because if you have a choice to deal with burdens, you can walk away from them, but this is a completion of a burden. This is a completion of some type of a hard work that you may struggle with. For some of you, honestly, this is in taking myself out of the session now. It is literally a person, you're no longer looking for validation. You're no longer working in the open. So you closing out this burdensome or having a lot of obligations. You're saying, no, I'm going to end this, and now I'm going to, you're basically getting ready to operate in a whole new way, right? But I feel like you're operating for you and not for the approvals of others, not for recognition of others, because it feels like that's all you've been fighting for. And now that you see the big picture, your perspective of getting ready to step in to make the proper choice for you, your family, however that is. But moving forward, make sure you guys go over to YouTube. There you will find a lot of collective and general readings, as well as your next 72s. You can also go to your individual Zodiac folder that is available to you. Now, in pertaining to the podcast, I would like to know, what platforms you're using so that I can make sure that I submit my RSS feed to those platforms. Okay. So that would help out a lot too. And for some of you, you're like, what in the world? So basically, tell me what platform you're listening to the podcast, so that I could, connect my main podcast, so that I could know how many of you are following the podcast, basically. All inquiries, email spiritualguideandlight@gmail.com. I don't know who it's for, but I'm hearing a song that I wrote 2 years ago, or was it a year ago? Yeah, no, it was a year ago. It's a song called Life Goes On. So some of you are awakening and you're releasing things that, you tried to change, and you've done everything that you could do. You put energy, it's like you're fighting for love, right? And you are now like walking away from the old way of how you fought for love. But are you going to be open? Are you going to be open to those who are fighting for you now to love them? I don't know. That's something that you would have to answer. But I was guided. So with that, Life Goes On, it's like someone is maturing in a way. But I feel like the mature one is whoever is the most mature in this situation is having a moment of actually being broken down from the pain that they have caused you, or the worry that they've caused you. For the most part, someone is breaking down because they can't believe that they've allowed you to experience in life in such an in-depth way, to where not only did it break you down, it's kind of like someone saying, I am so sorry that you had to experience what you experienced alone. And the fact that they were aware that you were experiencing alone, now they're feeling the mourning of you in the past of seeking, attention or love, compassion, for the most part, comfort, companionship. And now, I'm getting people are getting, it's not even the end of the stick, but people are now feeling what it is that you felt, that you were fighting for. You were fighting for love. You were fighting for healthy love. And, what I love about this energy is someone is definitely standing tall, and they're saying, you know what, there is an energy that I'm tapping into that says tough love is what I do. And if you don't want to accept that, that's just what it is, because without tough love, you wouldn't be who you are today. But this person is saying, I can be gentle, but when it comes down to moments, someone's trying to get you to understand that life don't have no feelings, right? When life is produced, it is an uncomfortable situation. There is no emotion. It's either pain. Growth is pain. Production is pain. Okay? But you can minimize that pain through other outlets, right? You can cut pain off when you know how to. And whoever this energy of someone who knows tough love, but they do it in a stewardship to where it's more gainful than a loss with the experience. So be kind to yourself, especially when you are taking a step back to have a better visual on how you are looking at things at this time. I'm being guided to say, when it comes to your choices and your options, you don't have to make the choice based off your emotion. Okay? So, I love you. All inquiries, email spiritualguidinglight@gmail.com. Hey, air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I'm so happy that you showed up and I showed up. Honestly, my air signs, I wasn't gonna release anything until tomorrow if I had the energy to do so. I had no plans on coming on here, and I'm saying this is because not to, I could have kept that to myself, right? So air signs, there's some things that you have to keep to yourself, okay? You don't have to express every thought, every feeling, because sometimes that cuts off your connections from actually telling you what's on their mind or what their next steps are in pertaining to you. I feel like someone's trying to come in and they kind of just want to, tell you a little bit about themselves, but they don't know how to because you're not allowing them in your world. And so when you take a step back, you'll find room to allow this person to be in your world. Hey, fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, what's going on? I hope all is well. Turn that burdensome or that irritation from others. I feel like you don't have patience right now. 1 minute you do, 1 minute you want to engage, and the next minute you're just like, don't bother. For the most part, be kind when you feel like that. I don't feel like you have to go out of your way to explain to someone why you're hot and cold at this time, because if they already know whatever your 10 of wands is that you're closing out, when you make yourself available, it's not going to be like you have to fight for attention, okay? Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Hey, my loves. Hey, my loves. Earth signs. I really want you guys to work on a system that will maintain you being grounded. And you can ground yourself in so many ways. Breathing techniques, music, silence. So those are little simple little things that will help you ground yourself, because it's very important within the collective energy of earth signs. We need your grounding so that we can be able to anchor ourselves in what commitments that we want to focus on at this time. So it's very important. And it's not even being selfish. I feel like you guys are like, why do we have to keep grounding ourselves, Well, in order for other elements such as the air signs, water and fire signs, in order for our grounding to even be accepted, meaning being the way when we practice grounding, in order for that grounding to be activated and approved, you guys have to, my earth signs, you have to set the bar. Okay. So, let's see. My water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Hey, it's that like, hey, here we go again. I'm hearing that song. Here we go again. And then now I'm hearing like flutes and violin. There's like two different genres going on. You got classical music, and then you have this worldly music, right? And it's like, it feels like someone's in between worlds, and you will figure it out. You will definitely figure it out, especially with the Hierophant. My water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. For the most part, if the water is murky, if the water is filthy, I would not recommend you swim in it or drink it. But I think once you have that perspective, you will know what it means. And let me share this with you, my water signs. So I went to the water, so happy. It took like a whole year to get there, but I finally got there. And what I noticed about the water, I said, the water looked so different. The color changed. And I was told, they were like, oh yeah, the water is clear. And I was like, no, it looks so different. But look, check this out. That was for me from being on the out looking in. But when I got to the water, it was clear as day. I mean, it was so clear. And so there is something, I don't want to say learned. There is something about my own perspective when it comes to water energy. So my water signs, since you already know the difference from feeling and the difference from true emotion, you should know when it's choosing your cup. Don't sit there and test your life if you see that this cup is filthy. Don't drink it. You can literally say, you know what, hey, I would like a new cup. I'm requesting a new cup, right? A new chalice. Or you can go pick your own chalice, right? It does, just because something is presented doesn't mean it has to be that way, okay? So be mindful of how you feel and your emotions. My water signs. Am I missing anyone else? I did fire, I did air signs, earth signs, and water signs. Yeah, I got everybody. Love you dearly. Don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle. And here in the SGL community, we practice healthy love. Those who practice tough love, no one is exempt. So don't even worry about feeling left out or whatever. But for the most part, you are loved and cherished and cared about. So don't feel like no one sees you or that no one like cares about you. First, do you care about yourself? And if that answer is yes, then you don't need validation. And I know it's easy said than done when some of us, you know, the way we love, right? It's kind of like the options that you have. It feels like that's what you're dealing with instead of making room for more healthier options, which you do have that choice to do. So either than that, love you dearly. I really do. And love is a journey. It is. And the way we all experience love is going to be differently. We may have things that are relatable. We may have things that are in common. It's okay to have conversations with people. It's okay to be vulnerable. Some of you are realizing that you're being vulnerable to the wrong people. So, what is that? And when you, I don't know what that is. Yeah, you have to excuse me. All right, well, until we meet again, if no one has told you today, you are loved and you are meaningful, and don't put yourself in those positions where you feel meaningless. Okay? Regroup, recapture. All right? There's also an energy before I go where you keep it's some type of emotional roller coaster that keeps you repeating the same cycles, but it's not intentional. There is a healing that needs to be healed, like seriously. It needs to be healed. If it's just residue, then you just need to detox or something. And that's not easy for everyone to do when we need to go on the journey of detoxing. right? Sometimes it takes us a minute to say, okay, I need to make a commitment and I need to detox. Let's go ahead and do it. So, but either than that, I love you until we meet again. So overall message is taking a step back so that you can have a true perspective. Okay? All right.